Good morning, my name is Steven and welcome aboard Wonder of the Seas for day 6 aboard the world's largest cruise ship. Now, let me keep it a buck. This is the 5th iteration of an Oasis Class ship. Yes, it's the largest cruise ship in the world, but only by a little bit, since the other 4 that trail behind Wonder of the Seas are just sisters. If you build 5 of the same exact ship, do you learn anything? Do you change anything? Wonder of the Seas has changed a few things, and we're going to talk about what they've done and why maybe you should consider a cruise aboard Wonder of the Seas instead of another Oasis Class ship, like Oasis of the Seas. Also, if you're wondering where I am, I'm actually currently in the back of the ship. Up on the rock climbing wall, you can go up the stairs, and there's just a little bit of an outlook right here that I found, and it's kind of nice. No one really comes up here. The other side is filled with rock climbing. This side is closed because there's no rock climbing, in which I think they only run one side of the rock climbing wall, even though they have 2 sides of the rock climbing wall. So go for the opposite side that's closed, and you can come up to a nice little quiet area where not that many people are, and you get a beautiful view of the wake, or of the ocean, or of anything you want. Glad that it's still here. It just goes to show that there are some places on board that are still quiet and not much is happening, but once we start walking the rest of the ship, you're going to start realizing world's largest cruise ship also means world's largest population on board a cruise ship. And you feel it sometimes on board this ship, so just giving you a forewarning. Let's go and explore. We're gonna head up the Windjammer first, not because I'm hungry, but because that's probably the biggest difference on this ship. It's definitely not because I'm hungry, but I just want to mention that I've been sitting here on deck 7 for 10 minutes almost, just waiting for an elevator. It's been full multiple times. Probably one of my biggest complaints about this ship is that the elevators on a sea day just take forever. Let's see if we can get on. Can I squeeze in?
Yep.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. See you, miss. 3 elevators?
Yeah, I sat there for three elevators. And the one I got on was still full too. So that was fun. So one of the things I definitely love about Wonder of the Seas is their brand new buffet. Typically on other Oasis Class ships, you'll find the buffet on deck 16. But this is deck 15, and it spans the entire back ring of Wonder of the Seas, which makes it a really big buffet with tons of seating, and I think I counted 12 different stations in total, 6 on each side. That's a lot of stations. On Allure of the Seas, I found it to be the world's smallest buffet on the world's largest cruise ship. On this, it's the reverse. It's still the world's largest cruise ship. Not that changed. The buffet got much bigger, which is much nicer. Though, if you look at my plate, it's a really weird combination with a bunch of different vegetable stir fries and hamburger patty and French fries. Don't judge me, it just sounded good to me and that's what I got. But there are plenty of selection and probably one of the better buffets that I've seen on any Royal Caribbean cruise. Welcome to Studio B for a show that I've never seen called Kitchen Nightmares. This is a newer one for me. I think they're actually going to be cooking. Some contestants are going to be cooking, and I believe it's going to be from the guests. This will be a fun one to see.
Wow, it's great to have you all here this afternoon, everybody, for the biggest culinary competition on the 7 seas. Well, today, everybody, we will be pitching some celebrity chefs off against one another to come up with a few culinary classics. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is our wonderful food and beverage director, and he's going to help us pick out some contestants this afternoon, all right? We need to see you produce a entree, an appetizer, an entree, and then of course, a dessert, all right? Okay, now what you have picked out is what you have picked out. You cannot return to the marketplace at any time for the rest of the competition, everyone, all right? We've got a lot of protein here. It's gonna be like a whole barbecue with one vegetable being served. Now, as you can see right in front of you, we have a bowl there with some egg whites in it, and we need you to make a meringue before you can start cooking. So, kids, have you got mum and dad here today? Who's the best cook in the house? Is it mum or dad? Who do you think?
Honestly, Dad.
Honestly, Dad. Mum, is she okay or is she terrible?
She's good.
Oh, she's good. Have you made a decision, mum or dad?
Probably Dad.
Probably dad.
I'm a good chef too, but...
There we go. Taken after Dad there. Where's Dad then? Is Dad in the house? Come on down, Dad. We need you for this challenge. Come on down. Do you think the kids have told the truth here? You're the best in the kitchen? Yeah. Very modest too, very modest. All right. Should they tip it over their head or keep going? I mean, it'll stay in that hat. Oh! Oh! Well done, Dad. Well done. Some great protein for your hair there.
He looks like the Ghostbusters when they killed the Marshmallow Man.
All right, finish plating up those meals, and we are going to take them down to our wonderful judges here this afternoon. Judges, I hope you've got iron stomachs. Here, what is your, which one's your starter here? Which one's the first meal? The lamb chops over the pineapple? What's that called?
Yeah.
Lamb chops. Hawaiian lamb chops.
Thanks. I always wanted to experience the main dining room on Carnival.
Chef is speechless right now.
I'm speechless, to be very honest with you.
Well, I think both teams did exceptionally well, considering all the challenges that were thrown their way, even though you rigged it. But when all is said and done, I think I'm going to give my point to the kids over here.
To the kids.
Because they rocked it. They rocked it.
Are you happy with the points from Zumi? Yeah. All right, fantastic. All right, VJ, over to you.
Look, I'm not going to judge them on the food because everything is everything. So, but I'll give you 1 point for the cake, which you made over there. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to send the cake to your rooms. So my point goes with that.
Point to the NL team, Chef Aman's team. All right, Chef Nicola, it is over to you who you're awarding.
So for presentation, I'm actually quite impressed. I think both teams did very, very well. So, I mean, cardamom is not something easy to work with.
Yeah, go.
I mean, based on food, based on presentation, I have a soft spot for the filet from the kids, so I'll go with the kids.
Ladies and gentlemen, our winning team here this afternoon. Kids, high five! High five. We've got some gifts for all of our contestants here this afternoon. And in fact, James, before we go, we've got a few cupcakes. Would anybody like a cupcake?
I just got back to the cabin and already it's running on the TV. That's actually crazy. It was a really good show overall though, but Mom didn't get a chance, so now she gets to watch it on TV right away. I've never seen it before. I don't know if they do it on any other ships, but if you ever see Kitchen Nightmares, go to it. It's hilarious. One thing that I have noticed in walking the track, even though I don't normally walk the track, it just happened to one time, but they actually have a ping pong table right over there. I would record it, but there are people currently using it, and then that's also where the shuffleboard is too. I think it's a really cool idea to hide it away on the jogging track. No one would really know about it, except it's full right now, so I guess people do know about it. But the first time I initially saw it, I didn't even realize that it was anything. I thought maybe it was for, a special hideaway or something for the teens or something. But actually it's just a regular public space that anyone can go to. That's really cool. But if you didn't know about it, you have to actually go on the track, and unless you're doing exercise, then you're not gonna know. But this is the opposite side right here. Just a cool little seating area. So one side, ping pong table, shuffleboard. The other side, just a place to sit. And it's got a good little outlook for the ocean. If you're looking for the shuffleboard, it's on the jogging track. You gotta just go towards the forward part of the ship. It's really hidden away. Normally on other ships, other Oasis Class ships, it's actually found on the back, right behind Aqua Theater. But this one, you can't go back there, which is kind of unfortunate, but you can go back there on the jogging track. Yeah, you can't go back there, so there's no shuffleboard behind the Aqua Theater, which I didn't really think was a good idea because if they're practicing or during the show, it's just inaccessible. Essentially at night, no good. There's a lot of time where you can't play shuffleboard, so good idea on that one. Just I don't know why the seating area is here. It's kind of weird. Though coming down a deck, we can find the entertainment place where all the entertainment is. The Royal Theater right over there. Studio B is way back on that way. But here is a little bit of a difference. They've put something new called the Golden Room. I'm not allowed to record in there. That kind of kicks me out. It's essentially just an extension of the casino. It's a non-smoking area. Now this ship, Wonder of the Seas, was originally planned to go to China. It was going to be in Asian countries instead of the Caribbean, where it is right now. And the Golden Room was going to be a high rollers casino. That's why they have the Golden Room on board this ship. It's a different thing. Normally it's a jazz club, so they've taken away the jazz. If you like jazz and this is not the ship for you, then across the way is Attic over here. It's the adult comedy Comedy Club in the evening and in the day. Right now they're hosting bingo, and it is packed in there. I still want to complain, why are they hosting bingo in there when they could definitely hold bingo in the theater, get a lot more people in there and not as cramped. Normally the Attic Comedy Club would be a different comedy club, and that'd be where the Diamond Lounge is right now. So they've kind of just shuffled things around, taken some things out. This should be the comedy club, that should be a nightclub. Now it's a Diamond Lounge. Why is it here? I don't know. One of the things I am a big fan of though, ignoring the changes, this is standard across Oasis Class ships, is that there's actually a bypass that goes through the casino. There is a bypass to walk right past Studio B, usually on smaller ships. Usually on smaller ships you would have to just stop, dead end, that's it, there's no more. Studio B's the end, a huge gap where you can't walk through. On this ship there is. Love that. Can't record in this casino, so we'll check back with you on the outside. I guess I'm just riding it by myself, why not? I was actually gonna come down here to talk about something completely different, but heck, why not? There's a carousel on board, let's just do it. A lot of people are looking at me though. I don't know if it's because of the camera or if it's because there's just an adult on the carousel by himself, but it's just me. That's not at all what I was intending to do. I came here specifically just for Playmakers because I wanted to talk about Playmakers, but the carousel was wide open. I was just like, maybe I can go on. That was fun. Anyways, Playmakers. It's the brand new sports bar and arcade. More of a bar than anything. Good for if you want to get drinks, if you want to watch sports. It is also a specialty restaurant, so if you want to go in, get some bar food such as wings, sliders, all that kind of stuff. It's actually a really great place. I've tried it on Freedom of the Seas, but I know it's the same menu, same recipes and all that stuff, and I like it way better than the alternative, which was originally supposed to be Sabors, which is a Mexican restaurant, which, like I talked about earlier, there's El Loco Fresh on board, so why would you want a Mexican restaurant that costs money? That was a specialty restaurant that costs additional, and now we have it for free on board the ship, so was not expecting to run into anyone that has ever seen my channel before, but shout out to Daniel. I don't know that you'll ever see this video, but thank you so much for coming up to me and talking to me. He watched some of our LA vlogs, so that's really cool. Love meeting you guys, so seriously, if you ever see me working, vlogging or whatever, just come and interrupt me, or if I'm just doing anything in any regular day, I love chatting with you. But he's a travel agent, and he's done 12 cruises in the last year. I didn't think about it, but I should have gotten him on camera, but yeah, he had a couple drinks in his hand, so he's trying to get to wherever he's going, but good meeting you. Well, since we're up on the pool deck, let's just really quickly talk about something that is a big change on this ship, and it's the fact that they actually have a screen on the pool deck. Now, typically, if you wanted to do your evening movies on the pool deck, you couldn't on previous Oasis Class ships because there just wasn't a screen. They would usually host those over in the Aqua Theater, which is kind of weird and awkward. It's usually because there's 2 screens, and though there's ample seating there, it's just kind of not the same, you know? It's not really a full movie experience. Hardly ever does it feel like the movies under the stars stuff, but at least, you know, you could be in the pool, chilling back, relaxing, whereas if you're on the Aqua Theater, you're going there for a specific intention. So I'm glad that they added this new screen. And I've heard some complaints from other people about not liking it and it being a really big disruption to Central Park, but I've never noticed it so far. I think it's a great thing, and especially for like the sail away party, there's actually a place for you to watch the screen, because I feel that usually there's just not enough space to actually watch the sail away party, so the fact that they have a screen, that helps. Of course, one thing I just want to point out naturally is that the screen's a little dim, and I'm not sure if it's always like this, but I've seen other screens on pool decks adapt the light a little bit better than what this one's doing, so good change. I'm sure we'll be able to see it at night. While I'm walking through Central Park, I might as well talk a little bit about what I like that is different. 1, I was on Allure of the Seas, and that was the deadest garden that I've ever seen. 2, open air format they have in this for the restaurants actually are really nice. I kind of wish we did a specialty restaurant on this one in Central Park. We didn't elect to go that route, but I really wish we did. So we made it into Izumi, and there were 1 of 2 options you could do. You could either do the teppanyaki, which is a fun show if you've ever been to it, but it takes a while. Or you could do the sushi option. We got a prefix menu, so basically you could order a la carte, or you could do prefix. So we'll get, under the prefix, we'll get 1 small plate, 2 large plates, and 1 dessert for each person. So the issue is, if you do the prefix, you can only get 4 of each roll under that, but if you were to do a la carte, you get the full roll. So I'm not really sure how the math works out, but we're gonna go with it, see how it goes under the prefix. This is the specialty restaurant that we have been looking forward to the entire cruise, so definitely excited. And it's weird that we're here on a formal night, but you know what, it's okay. Lobster's overrated anyways. Just so everyone knows, if you ever come to Izumi Sushi, Miso soup is included in the prefix, so don't make that your small plate. But sure as heck, that soup tastes good. So don't miss out on the miso soup. But don't order it. It should come with it. Just make sure.
Don't do what I did.
Yeah, so Alyssa accidentally ordered the miso soup as her small plate when she should have already gotten it. So thankfully the lady was nice enough to add on an additional small plate, which I think she's getting a karaage, so worked out. But we all got miso soups, even though we all ordered something else as our small plate. Chicken karaage time. I know I say everything is my favorite, but karaage is one of my favorites too. It's a Japanese fried chicken. This one actually tastes really good, and it's not overcooked. It's very, very, very juicy on the inside. I've had this done really poorly, so good job, Izumi's. It's a good appetizer, or small plate. Same thing. So just about every one of us got sashimi as one of their dishes. Consensus, is it any good, Mom?
I haven't tried the sashimi yet, but this is very good.
Oh yeah, Mom got the poke. Good, Dad?
Oh yeah, it's good. Very good.
Good, Alyssa?
Yeah.
The one thing that I got different, and I'll talk about it, is the udon. The udon stir fry. I don't know, I was just feeling noodles or something. Is it a waste to get something that is on the cheaper side, where I could have gotten sashimi? Arguably. But you know what, udon sounded great, so. It's done really well, actually. Kind of hits the spot. Good job, Izumi. Just got out of Izumi's and met 2 more people who follow the channel. I guess I should really start walking around more often. Frank and Letty, thank you so much for watching my channel, and I really appreciate it. And it was so nice meeting you. Also, Izumi is a really cramped place to talk, so I'm sorry if I talk too much or if I couldn't talk enough, whichever. Seems like I'm making up people, but I swear to God they're real. I'm just not putting them on camera. Just found out something new. If you've been around the channel, I've had an allergy. I've always had a dairy allergy. And when you go to a specialty restaurant, they will not accommodate any of your allergies. If it's nothing, if they can't do anything for you on the menu, then they're not gonna make anything special. So specifically dessert is a challenge for me. And I can't have any of the desserts. That's always the case in every single specialty restaurant. In prior experiences, Freedom, Navigator, and Allure of the Seas, they've all grabbed something from the main dining room that I could have, or from a different restaurant that would accommodate my allergies. But unfortunately, this ship says that that's no more. They're not going to do that. So if you have an allergy and dessert is something that's really important to you, stay away from specialty restaurants. I'm actually going to see and ask someone else and confirm if that's true or not, but Wonder of the Seas seems to be the case. I talked to Deacon, our restaurant supervisor, and he said that was news to him, so hopefully it's not the case and that's just a fluke thing that I've never run into before, and that hopefully you'll never run into if you have allergies. But though I brought my concerns over to Gene, who is the restaurant manager for Coastal Kitchen, and he told me that it shouldn't have been like that. The Izumi's restaurant manager is up here talking to Gene right now. Lesson is, if there's ever an issue, if there ever is on board, don't hold it in. Don't just internalize it. Go and vocalize your issues. To the right people, of course. Don't just go to, some random crew member that doesn't have anything to do with anything. Take it up to leadership, take it up to someone else. Obviously, we're in a sweet class right now, and I'm lucky that we have Gene on our side, who knows. I just wanted to confirm that if this was the policy going forward, because I've been lucky enough to do a few cruises over the last few months, and to see how they deal with allergies in specialty restaurants. So I know how that they should deal with allergies in restaurants. And multiple ships, not just one. It was Navigator, it was Freedom, it was Allure. If it was just one ship, one restaurant making the exception, okay, fine. But this was multiple ships, multiple restaurants. When you have an allergy, it's a different story. If you don't like something in a restaurant, that's different. You don't like the menu, don't go there. But when it's an allergy, it's out of your control. So I'm glad that I was able to vocalize, and hopefully things are done. So if you were to come on board, you don't have to worry about it. Lesson is, solve your problems within the ship. Go to whoever needs to have the concern addressed. Don't wait till after the fact. Always solve it on board when you can. And obviously it helped. We were in a suite. There was probably no way that we would have ever had the Izumi restaurant manager come up to us unless we were in a suite. But he basically promised me to have a dessert tomorrow, adjusted and make up for the dessert. So that's kind of cool. So we'll get the Izumi dessert tomorrow. hopefully, for anyone that has an allergy that comes aboard, it'll be addressed. They assured me that they're going to talk about it in the next meeting, and that it's a teachable moment. We're going back to a theater show. Tonight is Effectors 2, Crash and Burn. Welcome to the Royal Theater.
I want to break free. I want to break free. I want to break free from your lies. You're so self-satisfied. I don't need your heroes when you need us more. The Effectors conquer. Heroes to save the day. Soon they will pay when I'm back in command. But before they find out how my glory is planned, all those socials will crash. The Effectors despair.
They can see that he really loves me, and then we'll put the bird on the palace of me. The Effectors will learn it's all crash and burn. I love me. I love me. I don't know about you. Baby, I love you. Now everybody say.
I'm here for my revenge.
Is that? I suggest you surrender without a fight. Never! Crash,
Quite the social butterfly, you popular girl.
you escaped.
Hashtag totally.
Nice try. Butterfly.
Who are you?
Bird.
Who?
Hashtag, I'm Crash's evil sidekick.
Girl, you should work in that hashtag.
It worked!
Hello? Can anybody hear me?
I hear you, my pretty pixel butterfly.
Our pretty pixel butterfly. Let me out!
Hashtag not a chance.
Crash!
And bird are gone
I got you! Soon the Effectors will be defeated.
How do you turn her off? You never turn me off.
Crash and burn are
Non, rien de rien. Non, je ne regrette rien. Ni le bien qu'on m'a fait. They will not fall aside. They will stop the way behind.
My Visitron!
Just when you thought all evil was banished, Crash has escaped!
Can't be!
But it can! Freed by his new wicked accomplice, Burn! But even worse, Pixel Reverb and Loom are missing!
No!
Yes! Thanks to social posts by our hero fans, it's confirmed! Your most beloved and favorite heroes have been captured!
My hero stats are good.
World wants to tech whiz Captain Biz, our last hope,
Only hope.
to save us from this villainy!
I'll find you, my comrades. Just as soon as my Visitron is rebooted polarity.
Visitron rebooting.
Flat tire!
Crash.
How's the tech hero stats with no tech captains?
From tech hero to zero!
Ha! Your Magno field is powerless against my ferromagnetic aluminum suit.
Get him!
I'd be delighted!
Visitron
No
rebooting.
stopping me!
and come after you. Back to your cage where you write your last page.
My Captain did such a dark, scary book. But one thing you mistook, as to whom will be took. When you return, we take you, crash and burn.
3, 2, 1, activate.
What's happening?
The Metatron is escaping. Evil will never win.
Torch him!
He's out of range. Fear the effectors. We will always win. Crash and burn, you'll never win. I'm coming for you, my effectors.
I'll be waiting!
We'll be waiting.
I just finished up watching The Effectors 2 Crash and Burn, and oh my gosh, that is one of the best Royal Caribbean productions I have ever seen. The effects, the technical effects, everything about it, the dancing, the singing, it was all phenomenal. There's a story behind it. The Effectors basically think the Avengers. It's a superhero story, and it is an amazing story. This is actually a part 2. There's a first part on Odyssey of the Seas, and I wish I could see that show. One day, we'll get on Odyssey to see the first part, but that is so cool. Royal Caribbean, please keep doing shows just like this. Just like this. Keep it up. This is exactly what you need to compete with the likes of Broadway shows. Yes, you could bring your own Broadway shows, but this just feels so much better to have a show that I know that Royal Caribbean has created themselves. And in the end, it says all the credits and all the people that go behind this. It is phenomenal. One of the best shows I've ever seen, I think. And it's not Broadway, it's a Royal Caribbean original. And that is probably the cake to end it all. Now, of course, we didn't want to share all of it. There's still so much more. We left off at the part where the superheroes, 3 of them were captured. There's a 4th one. Will he get captured? Will Crash and Burn win? You have to come and experience that for yourself. I don't want to spoil the story, but to give you an idea of how amazing that show is, I think we've shown enough. So I definitely recommend, if you're ever on Wonder of the Seas or Odyssey, check out The Effectors. I feel like these characters could definitely be something so much more than just the 4 characters on the show. This ship's a little bit rocky, sorry. They could be so much more than just the characters in the show. They could be Royal Caribbean's literal heroes. That was a really epic show. You have to see it, seriously. I don't even know how to explain it, but everything that they do with the stunts, the flying, they fly. It's more than just song and dance. It's just epic. I don't even know. That was just such an exciting show. I think I might go back and see it tomorrow. That's how exciting of a show that was. But right now it is a 70s party, so let's go check out the 70s party. Formulite, 70s, they always go together. Alrighty, we've made it to the end of the evening. The 70s Inferno Party was a blast. We did make it a little bit late because of the prior show, but it was still a great time nevertheless. Got to enjoy it with my family, which is always a nice thing to do. Just overall, Wonder of the Seas has been phenomenal. It is the largest cruise ship in the world, and it feels like the largest population is on board. Definitely, it is a crowded ship. Venues are probably not being scheduled as best as they could be. I feel that maybe if they put some shows and some activities in other venues and bigger venues, or maybe split up and do more, it would be a lot better. But obviously that just all depends on the activity staff and how they decide and how they think that everything should be planned. And that's just kind of my complaints of what I've noticed a little bit throughout the day. And it's definitely been really crowded. But of course, one thing to remember, it is spring break right now. If you're ever here on spring break or summer, it is going to be a crowded ship. It is the largest cruise ship in the world. You have to remember that. But today has been overall a great day. We've gone around. It's been a little bit of a different one, talking about a lot of stuff on Wonder of the Seas. Usually we try to vlog and do things, but today was just a lot of talking. Hopefully you enjoyed that video. So hopefully my opinions were able to give you a better idea of what you can expect from Wonder of the Seas and why maybe or maybe not you should choose to go on this ship versus other Oasis Class ships, or maybe even this ship versus any other ship in any other cruise line, whether it be Royal Caribbean or another cruise line. I personally really like Wonder of the Seas. I think it's just a little bit crowded, but other than that, it's a beautiful ship, so much to do, so much to explore, and I feel like this one day where I tried to set out and go and just see everything, I think I had it, I think I got through most of it, but honestly there's so much on this ship that just was left untouched by me. But tomorrow we're going to be going in, enjoying our last full day aboard Wonder of the Seas, and we're going to be experiencing the suite life, because yes, we are in a suite and I'm so happy for that. Tomorrow's our last day to really enjoy it, and tomorrow I'll be going in depth about what it's actually like to be in a suite on Royal Caribbean's largest cruise ship in the world. So check out that video as soon as it comes out. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's video. As always, this isn't a goodbye, but just a see ya real soon.